80% of the people that work in this city use mass transit, and yet we have government that's not willing to fund it properly.
Our goal is to fix this crisis through unified actions in cities across the country.
Houston, Miami, New York, San Francisco.
We're going to schedule 10 of these rallies throughout the country
to build the political willpower to fund transit properly.
Why is it that in this country we do not invest in the things that matter the most? Why is it that we tend to forget about everyday people? Why is it that we don't care whether or not poor and working class families can support themselves and get to work and get to the daycare center and get to the church?
We have a basic right to mobility. We have a right to public transportation, and the government has a responsibility to make sure that public transportation is funded, to make sure that the workers are able to do the job that they were trained to do.
Right now we're at Greater Cleveland Regional Transit Authority. We have 3 train lines. We have the east side and the west side of Cleveland, 20 miles long, and we go in 3 different routes.
We have lines that were cut, some of the major lines. Those lines no longer exist. So now they had to find other means of transportation to get to work. A lot of people cannot afford automobiles, so this is their only means of transportation is public transportation.
When you're letting go of important jobs, something is wrong. Recently, we just been hit with 12% and 130 members were lost on April 4th, on Easter Sunday. And we need to send a message to our congressional leaders, local and state leaders, and let them know we need their help, and we need their help now.
In every city I go to, there's a fight between the local transit union and the local mayor. Let's reframe this debate today. If the bones are dry in the valley, it's because the water got cut off on the top of the hill. The hill is not downtown Cleveland.
The money we're asking for is not new money in the Carnahan bill. That's money that's already been appropriated into capital funds. We're asking that be flexible. It makes no sense to me whatsoever to buy a new bus if you have nobody to drive it.
We're at the Harvard Garage. It's a bus hub for RTA, Greater Cleveland Regional Transit Authority, where we store our buses, and this is our district.
It holds and operates about 300 to 400 members over there.
It's at a risk of closing. We're going to have to separate, all the employees is here over 2 other garages.
Well, you got these buses now that used to drive out of Harvard, had easy access to the areas they supposed to. Now you got to take them a farther distance. Wouldn't that show you that that's going to be more costly on fuel? These buses now got a longer distance to get to certain areas.
We see workers being laid off.
Right now in New York City, we have 240 station agents that are laid off, and we're fighting tooth and nail to get those jobs back.
Services being cut.
Management needs to go out and ride the buses. 15 probably used to run like every 14 minutes or something like that. Now we run them one bus maybe like every 20.
They might have to stand up the whole ride.
Right.
I mean, they probably done worked all day, tired.
Today I drove the 15 and people's face was actually against the window.
We know what to do when the bus is heading the wrong direction. Turn it around. We turn it around and start heading in the right direction. Are you ready to turn it around?
When track workers and train operators from Brooklyn stand side by side with bus operators from Cleveland, that's transit worker unity.
This is just the beginning, brothers and sisters. We need to stand together and continue this fight in the next city, until they hear us on the lawn of the